Hello, my name is Dan. In this video, I will show you how to use Automation Designer to create automated campaigns. From the home screen, click on Automation Designer, then click on Add. On this page, you will find 5 templates. To create a new campaign from scratch, click on Blank Template, or select Simple Touch Email Nurturing Campaign to set up a series of emails to go out at an interval of time. Next, you have Capture Leads using Webform and Nurture. This is the same as Simple Email and Nurturing, with the addition of the web form before it. First, the lead is captured in the web form, then the campaign will start. Next, we have Track Web Page Visit and Nurture. This is used when you send out a campaign with a link. When the customer clicks on a particular link, you can add these people to a group, then use this campaign to send them messages accordingly. Finally, we have Capture Lead from a landing page and Nurture. This is similar to the Capture Lead from Webform. When the lead is captured, the campaign will start. For this example, we will start with a blank template. This is where you can create a touch campaign from scratch. On the left, you will see the header Start With. You see the same options I spoke about: touch campaign, web form, landing page, and website visited. The next header is titled Decisions. What happens if link clicked, email opened, email unopened, unsubscribe, and score reached? The next section we have is Actions. This is what we decide what action will be performed after the decision is made. Send one-off email, change group, add a note, notify a user, add a task, update a field, assign the record to a user, convert the account to a different workflow. Let's start by creating a touch campaign. You can drag and drop a touch campaign onto the canvas. In this example, we will call it June Campaign. You can select up to 3 groups. It can be groups which already contain existing accounts or contacts. In this example, we will select a new group. We will select a start date. Start date is when you want the campaign to start. We will select a from name, then select email address. If we want the campaign to repeat, we select Yes under Resend All, and then enter a value under Resend After to specify when the campaign will repeat. Please note the Resend After value should always be greater than the days it takes to complete one full cycle of the campaign. If we only want the campaign to run during weekdays, then we check the Send on Weekdays Only checkbox. Next, click on Save. Next, click the Edit button on the bottom box. The next box that appears is where you select the template that is used in the campaign. You may want to edit marketing templates prior to this setup. However, you can just select a generic template and then edit it after it is applied. Click on the pencil icon to select the template you will use. Next, enter the number of days after the start of the campaign you want the first message to be sent. The first message will typically be 0 days From here you can edit the title of the email below the Save button. You may also need to edit the content of the message. Then click on Save, then Close. Next, click on the plus sign below the bottom box to create your second email. Now select another template. This is useful when you're creating a series of messages. For example, the first message may inform your customers about a sale. The second and third email might be a reminder message telling the customer how many days until the end of the sale. Then you may have a final message telling the customer that this is the last day of the sale. Or you may decide to have a series of email touching base with your customer and telling them about particular features of your product. The date for the second message cannot be 0. You must select how many days from the first message that this message will go out. In this case, we will select 7 days. You will then update the title and content, then save and close. This is a very simple touch campaign where you're not making decisions or actions. You can add as many emails as you want. Next, type a name in the campaign name box and click on Save. We will call it June Touch Campaign. Next, click on Save and Start. Please note the campaign will not start until the Start button is clicked, even if the start date is selected. Let's go back to Automation Designer. Next, let's select an email nurturing campaign. You'll notice that the steps are already formed. Now you can edit each box instead of starting from scratch. In addition to the last example, you now have decisions and actions. In this example, if a link is clicked in each email, the recipient gets changed to a group of your choosing. This is useful when you are trying to filter out people that have already seen the campaign, or if you want to add people to groups of interest in a particular topic. For example, you may want to follow up with a particular group, or send out a different campaign to a particular group, or even just send out an email giving more details about the subject of the link they clicked. Now let's go back to the June Touch campaign. Let's add link clicked. You can specify a specific URL or leave it blank for any link clicked. Now we will connect this to the first email. Let's send a one-off email. Connect link click to the email. Next, create a title for your email. And select if you want to send the email right away, or define the number of days or hours you want the email to send the message after the link was clicked. Next, click on Save and then Start. As you can see, Automation Designer is very powerful and customizable. You can create a campaign to suit your needs. You must begin with Start with, then one decision, then one action. You cannot have two decisions in a row. You must use one decision, then one action. Now let's go back to Home and then Automation Designer. Let's click on Add. Now we will select Campaign Leads from Webform. Here you'll notice the second part is exactly the same as before, where it says Touch Campaign, then you send out 3 emails one after the other. However, the first part is different. First, click on the edit icon for Webform.
Hi Ed, how are you?
Now select a Webform
Doing well. I'm just waiting for
and select Save.
on, so he should be here in a minute or two. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go back on mute. I'll send him a quick email.
Click on Edit to notify to add a user to be notified, and click on Save. Next, edit the campaign details. Give it a name, for example, Webform Touch Campaign. Now select the group. Use the same group as the Webform group. Because you want to pull data that was submitted to the Webform, you must use the same group. Then add a start date. This should be the date when you will add the web form to the website. Then click on Save. Last part is the same as the touch campaign we reviewed earlier. Add the templates to each email. This is how you connect a web form to a touch campaign. Now click on Home, then Automation Designer. Then click on Track Web Page Visit and Nurture. If you send a previous campaign asking users to visit a link, this will track your customers' visits to the site and nurture. Here, instead of the web form, you will just be adding a link. Where you see website visit, click on edit. Next, type the URL you want to track. This will not track new customers to your site. It will only track customers that are already in your Soffront system. The rest of the details of the touch campaign are updated in the same fashion as previously mentioned. Now click on Home, then Automation Designer. Lastly, we will click on Capture Leads from Landing Pages. This is exactly like the web form. However, instead of a web form, you are adding a landing page. Click on the edit icon next to the landing page and select your landing page. This is exactly like the web form, that you're selecting a landing page. Click on edit icon next to landing page and select your landing page. You can also select on notify to select a user that needs to be notified. I hope you have found this video helpful and useful today, and I look forward to sharing and showing you additional features and functionalities of your Soffront CRM system in upcoming videos.